Hello friends, how are you? I hope you are good. So in the last video lecture we are dealing with the chemistry of proteins, under which we are seeing the functions of protein. Already we have seen the functions of protein based on the function of the proteins, and the second one is the functions based on the molecular shape or structure of the protein. Today we are going to see the proteins, the classification of the protein based on composition. So here we'll see the proteins which are based on the composition. So today we are going to see the simple proteins, then conjugated proteins, and the next one is derived protein. So these are the proteins which are kept under the composition of protein. So what we are seeing here, the classification of protein: simple protein, conjugated protein, derived proteins are under composition of protein. So one by one we will see what are simple protein. This is the answer. This is the answer as an SAQ for 2 marks in the examination. It is asked as an SAQ in the examination. So now we are going to start the answer of the question. Write short answer question of the proteins based on composition. The answer is like this. Now we'll see here the name of the proteins first, then properties of the protein, and then examples. So you have to make the 3 columns here for the answer. These are the first, we are going to see the simple proteins, which are nothing but the composition, based on the composition of the protein. Here are the simple proteins. One by one we'll see the protein. First we'll see albumin. What is the name of the protein? Albumin. What are the properties of this albumin? They are water soluble, heat coagulable. So these are the properties of the simple protein known as albumin. They are water soluble and heat coagulable. Examples are the egg albumin, then serum albumin. Now you must know that egg albumin means the albumin which is present in the egg, and serum albumin. This egg albumin is also used for the practical. During the practical it is used for the experiments, that the precipitation reactions of protein and the color reactions of protein. So you must know this egg albumin is used as OS, that is original solution for the practicals. Then serum albumin, the albumin which is present in the serum of the body, that is estimated, and they are nothing but the serum albumin. The third example is lacta albumin. Lacta albumin of milk. Here the lactalbumin which will be present in the milk is said to be lactalbumin. Now this becomes the albumin. Then we'll see the second simple protein, that is globulin. Globulins are insoluble in water and they are heat coagulable. They are insoluble in water and they are heat coagulable. Examples are, you must know that the ova albumin, ova globulin of egg yolk, ova globulin of egg yolk, the yolk which is present in the egg, it will contain globulin. And the another example is serum globulin, the globulin which is present in the serum is said to be serum globulin. And the another example is the myosin of muscle, myosin of muscle is an example. The third simple protein is glutenin. These glutenins, they are soluble in dilute acids and alkalis. They are soluble in dilute acids and alkalis and insoluble in water. So you must know that they are soluble in dilute acids and alkalis as well as in neutral solvents. So you must know that this example of this glutenin is the originin of wheat and originin of wheat and the rice, originin of wheat and rice and gliadin of wheat. So these are the examples of the glutenin which is soluble in dilute acids and alkalis and they are heat coagulable. So you must know that these are the simple proteins we are seeing: albumin, globulin and glutenin. The fourth one is known as proline. Prolamine. This is the protein comes under simple protein based on the composition. So here prolamine itself, the name itself, it indicates rich in proline amino acids. Rich in proline amino acids. So you must know that they are rich in proline. What is proline? You must know. One hydrogen atom is less in the structure, that is called as proline. So here the prolamine, they are rich in proline and they are soluble in 70 to 80% alcohol and insoluble in absolute alcohol. So you must know that they are soluble in 70 to 80% of alcohol, means they are not purely soluble in absolute alcohol. Absolute alcohol, they shows the insolubility here. So you must know prolamine, and this prolamine, they are nothing but they are the plant proteins. They are the plant proteins. And xenin of, example is xenin of corn, xenin of corn and gliadin of wheat. These are the examples of this proline. So you must know that. The another example, the Simple protein is histidine, as histones. They are histones. These are the proteins which are rich in basic amino acids. They are rich in basic amino acids and they are soluble in water. They are soluble in water, and you must know that they are not coagulable to heat. Not coagulable to heat. So these are the histones. So here these are the proteins. The example of these proteins are nucleoproteins. The proteins belongs to DNA and RNA. So you must know that. Now the another proteins are protamines. Protamines. These are the soluble in water and not coagulable to heat. Not coagulable to heat. And the example of this proteins are the proteins belongs to plant tissues. Proteins which are belongs to the tissues. Here the nucleoproteins, these are known as nucleoproteins. So here friends, you must know that these are the simple proteins: albumin, globulin, glutenin, prolamine, histones and protamines. Now we'll see the proteins. So here the classification of proteins we are seeing here. Now we'll see the second one is conjugated proteins. What we are seeing? Conjugated proteins. So here you must know that these conjugated proteins are the proteins which will have prosthetic group in its structure. For example, first one we'll see the glycoproteins. Glycoproteins. These proteins will have the carbohydrate as an prosthetic group, or that is called as proteins prosthetic group. Here the carbohydrate will be the prosthetic group, and the examples are immunoglobulins. Immunoglobulins. Then mucin of saliva. Mucin of saliva. TSH. FH. Then LH. So these are the examples of glycoproteins. They have prosthetic group, carbohydrate as a prosthetic group in its structure. So you must know that the immunoglobulins, mucin of saliva, TSH means thyroid stimulating hormone, FH means the follicle hormone, stimulating hormone, and LH means luteinizing hormone. So these are the examples. Second, we will see nucleoproteins. Nucleoproteins. These are the conjugated proteins. Prosthetic group will be here what will be here? The prosthetic group, nucleic acid. Prosthetic group will be nucleic acid, and the examples are nucleoproteins. Nucleoproteins of DNA and RNA means deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid. They are the examples here. Then we'll see phosphoproteins. Here it is a conjugated protein, and the prosthetic group will be phosphate. Phosphate will be the prosthetic group here. And here the examples of this phosphoprotein is the ritelin of egg yolk and milk. These are the phosphoproteins, conjugated proteins. Then we'll see the chromoproteins. Color will be the prosthetic group here. Color is an prosthetic group. So you must know that color is prosthetic group, and these chromoproteins, they are also known as hemoproteins. Flavoproteins. Now you must know under hemoproteins, the iron plus porphyrin, and here the flavonucleotides. These are the prosthetic group, iron, porphyrin and flavonucleotides. So your color is the prosthetic group here. The examples are the hemoglobin, and some enzymes also contains color. For example, catalase, peroxidase, and succinate dehydrogenase. So here these are the examples belongs to chromoprotein. Color is the prosthetic group here. Then lipoproteins. These are the conjugated protein. What we are saying, conjugated proteins. Now these lipoproteins, they are the transport proteins. What is the property here? Transport proteins. What are the examples? Chylomicron, LDL, VLDL, then HDL. So these are the examples belongs to lipoproteins. Then metalloproteins. These metalloproteins means the proteins which will have metal in its structure. What are the examples here? The examples, the metals Fe, zinc, then calcium, then copper. Fe means it is ferritin. Example is ferritin. And zinc means the example is carbonic anhydrase. This is an enzyme which contains the zinc as in metal, as in prosthetic group. So the prosthetic group are Fe, zinc, calcium, that is calmodulin, and copper. Copper containing enzymes are also there. So you must know that this copper containing enzymes, they are called as ceruloplasmin. Okay, so here you must know that the copper is an prosthetic group. So ceruloplasmin is an, so these are nothing but the conjugated proteins: glycoproteins, nucleoproteins, phosphoproteins, chromoproteins, lipoproteins, metalloproteins. So these are the conjugated proteins which are based on the composition of proteins. What we are seeing, the classification. Under classification based on composition, we have seen simple protein and conjugated proteins. Now we'll see what are derived proteins. Derived proteins. These are the proteins which are formed by primary derived proteins and secondary derived proteins. Now we'll see first primary derived proteins. They are formed by the action of acids and alkalis. They are formed by the action of formed by acid and alkalis. For example, if protein is there, now what will form there? The proteins. Proteins means that when protein is treated with acid and alkalis, formation of proteins will be there, and these proteins, they are nothing but they are also known as denatured proteins. Means that here the hydrolysis will take place, but there will be no breakage of the peptide bonds. Here, when these proteins are treated with acids and alkalis, then proteins are formed. These are the primary derived proteins, and they are also known as denatured proteins. So here, what will happen? The primary derived proteins, there will be no breakage of peptide bond. Okay, only somewhat changes of protein will take place, and these proteins are formed when the proteins are treated with acid and alkali. Now here, in what will happen? These proteins will give rise to proteins. And further, these proteins are treated with acid and alkalis, and it will give as metaproteins. So here you must know that these metaproteins are again treated with acids and alkalis, and they form the secondary proteins. Here you must know that the peptide bond is broken down in the metaproteins, and the formation of secondary protein will be there. So here we have seen the primary proteins and secondary derived proteins. Primary derived proteins and secondary derived proteins. Now, further, the hydrolysis of metaproteins will give rise to the secondary derived proteins, and the examples of these secondary derived proteins are peptones, peptides, and proteases. These are the secondary derived proteins. So you must know that these are the derived proteins. Now you must know, friends, this is the answer for SAQ for 2 marks in the examination. If you like my lecture, give comment, share it and subscribe it. Don't forget to press the bell also. Thank you very much.